so forth. May I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum tesham tathagato yavatat tesham chayo nirodham evam vati mahashramanaye swaha. Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum tesham tathagato yavatat tesham chayo nirodha evam vati mahashramanaye swaha. Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum tesham tathagato yavatat tesham chayo nirodha evam vati mahashramanaye swaha. Okay. Are we on page 5 again? Second last paragraph, which reads, further, Subhuti, a bodhisattva gives a gift without abiding in a thing. Without abiding in a thing meaning without seeing the thing as objective real. Gives a gift without abiding in any phenomena whatsoever. So the seeing that nothing, no phenomena as objective real. A gift should be given not abiding in visual form, not as a objectively visual form. See the emptiness of the visual form. Gift should be given not abiding in sound, smell, taste, tactility or phenomena either. Subhuti, without abiding in discriminating anything. Discriminating here means without viewing things as objectively real. Whatsoever as any sign. Okay, this word sign. Sign is what comes in the context of emptiness so many times. For example, let's say sign. What do you understand by sign in the ordinary language? In the conventional language, what do you understand by sign?
An indication of something.
An indication. Can you give me some examples? What is so commonly used, this word, sign, symbol, like what? In real life, can you give some examples?
Yeah,
like this sign, huh?
The delicious smell now is a sign of good food.
Okay, good. Or they say in the conventional sense, you use the...
Bussin haluan pysäyttää ja hän näyttää.
I show like this as a sign that I want the bus to stop.
Good. And do you use the word sign in context? Traffic sign, signboard, right? Let us make it something which is so obviously used in the conventional world. Signboard means, say, indication to tell us that this is the direction, right? And say the roads, the traffic lights, and then the signboards are there. What do you call this? Signpost, right? Okay, Helsinki, directions, the sign to indicate the various places where to go. Okay, these tell us many information. In the ultimate analysis, all these signs indications dissolve. You're getting it? In the ultimate, for example, say the ultimate analysis of the flower goes into atoms. The flower dissolves. And then even to see the atoms is not, even that is also not ultimate analysis. Even to see the atom is also not the ultimate analysis. So we see that in the ultimate analysis, in a very refined ultimate analysis, then all the conventionalities dissolve. By the very definition, conventionality means something coming from the convention. Convention meaning your mind. something coming from your mind. Coming from your mind and coming from the object, coming ultimately, these two are that in opposition. That in opposition. When it says everything is coming from the subject, from the object, nothing is there. Objective, ultimately, then independently, truly, they all mean the same. Ultimately, there is nothing there. So, in this ultimate analysis, all the what you see as a signs, this is direction, okay, this is good, how this person talks, something is wrong there, oh, how this person shows, this person is so nice. All these we are looking for the signs to indicate something. All these concepts will dissolve when you go into the ultimate analysis. So therefore, without any sign, meaning that in the ultimate analysis, all what we see in a sign, which exists only in the conventional sense. Okay, for example, let's say the victory sign or peace sign. Man, these two fingers, it's not really peace, right? They can be 3 fingers, 4 fingers. You're getting it? So the point is that it's just a convention. Our mind says that okay, and code language means what the other people don't really speak, to speak something just between you and the person, and you have to use a word, and if you use the conventional word, then the people will understand what you're talking. So you create a code language, right? And sometimes you just cough. It means something. Right? Everybody thinks that he's coughing. Actually, it's not cough. It means that, right? Don't raise hands. Right? Okay. Or it means that okay, now you go out, or you come in, or let's say bring a tea, whatever. So it has the codes. These are all the signs. So all the signs are happening on the conventional level. Convention. This is not really from the object. Means bring tea. It doesn't mean that. Conventional speaking, when you say when you clear a thought, which means that there's little discomfort here. That's it. But it can be used as a sign to indicate something else. So this is all convention, right? Convention. When somebody else, then sometimes the yawning can be very contagious. If I yawn, everybody else yawns. Right? So I yawn, it can be a deliberate way to tell something. Right? This convention. But the other people they yawn, it doesn't mean anything. It's just the habit or something. So with this, the point is signs. In the context of emptiness, in the discussion on emptiness, there's always reference made to the signs. No sign. So what it says here is that not abiding sound, smell, taste, tactile or phenomena either. Subhuti, without abiding discrimination, anything whatsoever as any sign, without discriminating, without viewing objectively whatsoever as any sign. Should not be viewing things as with object, the sign in the ultimate sense. Thus does a bodhisattva give a gift. This is how we give a gift. Why is that, Subhuti? Because the heap of merit of that bodhisattva who engages in the generosity, giving a gift, with the awareness of the emptiness, with awareness of that there's no sign, there's nothing there, and the existing ultimately exists subjectively. Subhuti, because the heap of merit of that bodhisattva who gives a gift without abiding objective perception, Subhuti is not easy to take the measure of, meaning that the amount of merit that accumulated by the act of generosity with the experience of emptiness, that amount of merit we cannot really measure. It's so immense that we cannot measure. Subhuti, what do you think about this? Do you think it is easy to take the measure of space in the east? So oftentimes the metaphor, the Buddha always relate the concepts with metaphors. So Subhuti, what do you think about this? Do you think it is easy to take the measure of space in the east? Subhuti replied, Bhagavan, it is not. The space is so vast. The Bhagavan said, Subhuti, similarly, do you think it is easy to take the measure of space in south, west, north, above, below, the intermediate directions, and the 10 directions? Subhuti replied, Bhagavan, it is not so. The Bhagavan said, Subhuti, similarly, the heap of merit of that bodhisattva who gives a gift without abiding in this misperception that things exist objectively, the gift exists objectively, I exist objectively, the benefactor, the beneficiary exists objectively. Without this awareness, instead be aware that everything is illusion-like, into objective existence. Subhuti, similarly, the heap of merit of that bodhisattva who gives a gift without abiding is also not easy to take the measure of. Subhuti, what do you think about this? Is one viewed as the Tathagata due to the perfect marks? Okay, now in this relation, the perfect marks, the Tathagata, the Buddha is the Buddha. Okay, Sambhogakaya, Nirmanakaya. Buddhas have, special mark to see that the Buddha is so unique, something who stands out. And particularly, Sambhogakaya Buddha has like 32 major marks and 80 minor marks. Very good. 32 major marks and 80 minor marks. The marks to indicate the greatness, the beauty, the splendor, the elegance of the Buddha. 32 major marks and 80 minor marks. So the Buddha asked Subhuti, what do you think about this? Is one viewed as the Tathagata due to the perfect marks? Do you think that the Tathagata is marked? Tathagata becomes a Tathagata simply because this person has the marks, 80 major marks, 32 major marks and 80 minor marks? Is because of this or for some other reasons? This is so important. The Buddha wants a physical appearance with the 32 major marks and the 80 minor marks. And the other one is mental qualities of the purification of all the mental defilements, where the Buddha nature becomes manifest completely with perfect love, perfect knowledge and perfect power. This is how the Buddha manifested. Internal quality. External quality, the beautiful appearance, like 32 major marks and 80 minor marks. Which is more important? In other words, this is what the Buddha was asking. External marks or the internal qualities. Okay. Subhuti replied, Bhagavan, it is not so. One is not viewed as the Tathagata. So we see somebody as the Tathagata not because he or she has the 32 major marks and the 80 marks. And many of these marks, these elegance, the beauty and the elegance, the signs or the marks, even the universal kings, Chakrabuddhi, meaning that they believe to be the whole universe. I say the universe that we talk about, the whole universe, which consists of all these galaxies. This is not about that. We're talking about the multi-universe. One universe consists of 1,000 world systems. Each universe consists of 1,000 world systems according to the classical Indian cosmology. So one king, a monarch or a king who is ruling all these 1,000 world systems. So they are known as the universal kings or the Chakrabuddhi. Okay. Even those kings, because unless you have such a merit, you will not be born as a king to govern, to rule this, having the power to rule the 1,000 world systems. So because of that merit, these beings also have some indications like the major and the minor marks. They also have to a great extent. So that alone does not make somebody as a Tathagata. Subhuti replied, Bhagavan, it is not so. One is not viewed as the Tathagata due to the perfect marks. Why is that? Because that itself, which the Tathagata called perfect marks, are not perfect marks. What is perfect mark? What we see as perfect mark is just the mere appearance, like the flower. It appears as flower. It appears as flower. For example, say the opposite gender is viewed is so nice, attractive, but for the practitioners who practice impurities will see it so undesirable, and for the wild animals, they see this as a delicious food. Three different perceptions are taking place. Likewise, what you see as the beautiful flowers, what you see as a beautiful mark, beautiful, elegant, marks of the Buddha, they're also just how you perceive them. Objectively, there's nothing there as a beautiful mark. So, Why is that? Because that itself, which the Tathagata called perfect marks, are not perfect marks. Okay, are perfect marks called perfect marks, meaning conventional as perfect marks? Actually, in reality, ultimately, they are not perfect marks. Ultimately, nothing exists. Ultimately, they are not perfect marks. He replied thus, and the Bhagavan said this to the Venerable Subhuti. Subhuti, to the degree they are perfect marks, to that degree there is deception. The more you see as so intrinsically real, so perfect, the moment look, okay, this is beautiful, yes. Okay, this is a flower, yes. This is a beautiful flower, yes. This is one reaction. Another reaction, this flower, yes. This beautiful flower, yes. Wow, you're mesmerized. So you see that there's a degree, move from a very simple way of appreciating to a very intense way of appreciating. Oh, beautiful, yeah, that's beautiful. Oh, nice, yeah, nice. Wow, wow, amazing, wow. Right? So, okay, this is such a shift happening in your emotional state. So, to that extent, your solidification is intensified. Your solidification is intensified in degree. Okay, so therefore deception. What is this solidification? It is deception. It's not really there. Okay. Okay, what do we call as aesthetics? Aesthetics. Some people, they have a tremendous sense of aesthetics. And I would say that this is an incredible quality, incredibly precious quality to appreciate aesthetics. And some people don't have aesthetics. Hopeless, totally hopeless aesthetics, right? Okay, so now there are three kinds of people. One, hopeless in aesthetics. Number two, a great admiration aesthetics. Number three, who sees the emptiness of aesthetics. Three. Now, we can oftentimes mistake the two. Who is hopelessly in aesthetics and one who sees emptiness of aesthetics. Hopeless aesthetics, right? Say the Michelangelo's paintings, sculptures, bring them. Oh, very boring painting, Mona Lisa, what is this? Very boring painting, right? And the one who sees the emptiness of the Mona Lisa is just nothing, there are thousands of dots. None of the dots is Mona Lisa pizza, right? Mona Lisa picture. Okay, so both, the first one does not have the wow, right? It doesn't happen. And the second one who sees emptiness also doesn't have that thing. And likewise, for example, say a lion comes, and say 1 year, they say 1 week old baby sees a lion, it's beautiful, may go to play with the lion, right? This is one. And then the number two, we are now adults, see the lion, very scary. And the third one who sees the emptiness of the lion. So the baby going to play with the lion, which means that the baby doesn't feel the fear of the lion. And one who sees the emptiness of the lion will of course run away, but that fear, that pain of the fear will not be there to realize emptiness, but the person will run away because seeing dependent origination. Because if I still sit very closely, although it's just bunch of atoms, there's no really object, there's nothing, there really is a line, but there's a bunch of atoms. This atom can easily consume this bunch of atoms, right? Eat this bunch of atoms. This bunch of atoms can disappear, and then I cannot meditate emptiness anymore. Right? So therefore, the better thing is run away. Okay. So yet the fear, uneasy, the painful fear will not arise. The baby also painful fear does not arise. We, the adults who have no experience of emptiness, we are not babies, we have the fear. Now we may see that this baby is like, one realized emptiness. This baby has realized emptiness. There's no fear. Not because of anything, because he or she does not have this sense of aesthetics, sense of this discrimination to see, this is a sign of the aggression. This sun, it can kill you, it can eat you up, right? This baby does not have a sense. Whereas the one who realizes emptiness does have this sense. Does have this sense, yet the pain, the fear is not coming because of seeing this as empty of being alive. Objectively empty of being alive. So these two are seen as very similar. One is because of the lack of the pure lack of knowledge. One is because of the very refined knowledge. So emotional reactions might be the same. Now this baby will switch to the adult who has tremendous fear. But this one realizes emptiness very profoundly will not switch to this difference. Okay. Okay, now one correction for those who are going to read this. One correction in the translation. Let's move to the stanza, paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, which reads, he replied thus. Do you see that? Page 6. Page 6.
Yes,
he replied thus, and the Bhagavan said this to the Venerable Subhuti.
Yes.
Subhuti, to the degree they are perfect marks, to that degree there is deception. To the degree there are no perfect marks, to that degree there is no deception. Thus view the Tathagata as marks and no marks. This is a wrong translation. Thus view the Tathagata as, okay, in Tibetan it is Tsendang Tsema Mevartao. Okay, thus view the Tathagata as devoid of signs and marks. Corrected? This is a very important point. Okay. Okay, so how I corrected this is thus view the Tathagata as not marks and no marks. This is not marks and no marks. Is view the Tathagata as devoid of marks and devoid of signs and marks. Okay, devoid of marks and signs. This should be the order. Thus view the Tathagata as devoid of signs and marks. Okay, what is the difference? Oh, no. Devoid of marks and signs. Devoid of marks and signs. This is a, okay, measure the translation error. Okay, otherwise it can, thus view the Tathagata's marks as well as no marks. This is not a connotation. This is, thus view the Tathagata as devoid of marks and signs. Okay, the meaning is we talked about the signs, the other signs in general, signs in the form of conventionalities. Now the marks is particularly with the Buddha, Buddha's major marks and the minor marks. Signs to all. Signs in the context of the sign of being an ordinary person, right? So for example, if somebody just they say something bad word to me, then I become the agitated. Okay, he's not a Buddha, guaranteed. There's a sign coming that I'm not a Buddha. You're getting it? So sign is something which is applicable to Buddhas, non-Buddhas, everything. Sentient, non-sentient, everything. For example, the smoke is coming, it is a sign that there's a fire there. Okay, but a mark, this word mark in Tibetan is tsen. Tsen is the Tibetan word for mark, and this mark, of course, good mark, bad mark, score high marks, low marks, this is there, but this is a translation of Tibetan word tsen. Tsen means the mark of beauty, mark of elegance. Mark of elegance. So it's related to in the context of the 32 major marks and the 80 minor marks, or in that context. Okay, so this is the translation point. Okay, now there are many more points. I will just go to pick up some of the important ones. Okay, now let's turn to page 7. Page 7, second last paragraph, a short paragraph, third last, which reads, why is that? Further, Subhuti, because a bodhisattva should not wrongly grasp phenomena, nor grasp non-phenomena. Okay, this is very important. Now, let's say that look at the flower. We look at the flower, and then we look at the flower beyond the border of the conventionality. Cross the border of the conventionality to look for the flower. Will you find the flower? After crossing the border of the conventionality of the flower, will you find the flower? How do you cross the border of the conventionality? First, we say, where's the flower? It's there. Okay, is it within the conventionality or cross the border of the conventionality? Within the conventionality. After seeing the flower, then you ask, which atom is the flower? Which cell is the flower? You ask this, then you have crossed the border of the conventionality. You will never find a flower on this level. You agree with me? Okay. So this is not only confined to the flower, this is applicable to all phenomena. Do you agree with me or not? So for example, okay, where is Alex? Alex is there. This is within the conventionality. Seeing Alex and still ask, where is Alex? Alex, which atom is Alex? And then the which mind is Alex? You like this, you will never find a flower. You have all, why you have not found Alex? Okay, why we have not found Alex? Because we have already crossed the border of the conventionality of Alex. Because Alex exists only conventionally. If you cross that, then the Alex will not be found, because you have now crossed the level of conventionality. Okay, now if this what is true to the flower, true to Alex, true to other things, can you imagine that this is applicable not only to two of them, but applicable to everything? Do you agree with me or not? If the answer is yes, then let's say phenomena, you analyze it, again you cross the border to the conventionality of the phenomena, again the phenomena will disappear. Do you agree with me? Likewise, non-phenomena. Can you think of a non-phenomena? Can you think of phenomena? Can you think of something existent? Hey, can you think of something which is existent? Flower. What are the examples? Anything.
Flower, human being.
Human beings. Here. Clock. Nina.
Door.
Door. Elbow.
Door.
Door. Yeah.
What was your question?
Okay. What was my question? This is the example of phenomena. What is my question? This is the example of, is this a phenomenon or not? What is my question? Is this a phenomenon or not? What is the question? Is this a phenomena or non-phenomena? Of course it's a phenomena. This is a good example of phenomena. What is your question? This is a good example of phenomena. Okay. So we see that the, okay. Oh, Virginia, welcome. What is phenomena? You're getting it? Now phenomena, the phenomena per se, phenomena, we don't not necessarily go into the specifics, but the phenomena in general. Even phenomena, if you subject this to analysis, which crosses the border of conventionality, even the phenomena will not be found. Yes, no? Yes?
Yes.
Yes, of course. Then the non-phenomena. What examples do you have of non-phenomena? Hey. Non-flower. Non-flower is a phenomenon or non-phenomena? Non-flower. Non-flower is is this non-flower?
Yes.
So non-flower is a phenomenon. Okay, can you give me an example of non-flower, non-phenomena? Permanence. Okay, permanence exists or not? But the absence of the flower, okay, my hand is the absence of flower. Absence of flower is permanent, impermanent? Permanent. So permanent exists. Okay, what example do you have non-permanent, the non-phenomena? Oh.
The sky flowers.
Huh? Sky flower. Okay, sky flower. Objective existence. Objective existence. Does it exist or not? Willie?
No.
Hey, Willie.
As a concept, yes.
No, I didn't ask whether this concept, concept exists or not exists. I said objective existence exists or not.
No.
No. Okay, answer is no. Objective existence does not exist. Sky flower does not exist. Sky flower is not a phenomena. Objective existence is not a phenomena. Okay. Now, in this ultimate analysis, do you find the phenomena in this ultimate analysis? Ultimate analysis meaning analysis which crosses the border of the conventionality. Do you find a phenomena?
No.
Do you find non-phenomena? You don't find phenomena. Do you find non-phenomena? No. You find exactly. You find existence? No. You find non-existence? No. You find existence, non-existence both? No. You find neither existence nor non-existent? No. You're getting it? Okay. So where do we find all these four possibilities? The existent, non-existent, existent, non-existent, existence, non-existence. Where do you find? Not through ultimate analysis, but through conventional analysis. Okay, this we have to know. Okay, so what it says here is that why is that further subhuti? Because this third last paragraph, why is that further subhuti? Because a bodhisattva should not wrongly grasp phenomena. Wrongly grasp phenomena meaning in this ultimate analysis, you are not to ultimate analysis, phenomena should not be seen. In ultimate analysis, no phenomena, no non-phenomena. Wrongly grasp phenomena, no grasp non-phenomena. In this ultimate analysis, phenomena is not there, non-phenomena is also not there. So you should not grasp the phenomena, nor should you grasp the non-phenomena. Okay. Okay, page 8, last paragraph. Last paragraph, page 8. The Bhagavan said, Subhuti, compared to any son of the lineage or daughter of the lineage who completely filling this billionfold world system with the 7 types of precious things were to give gifts, if someone having taken even as little as 1 stanza or 4 lines from this discourse of Dharma on emptiness you study, you learn, you memorize this, even the 1 line of the 4 lines, 1 stanza or 4 lines, 1 stanza with 4 lines from this discourse of Dharma also were explained and correctly and thoroughly teach it to others. On that basis, the heap of merit produced would be much greater, incalculable, unfathomable, which means that comparing the merit of studying, reflecting, meditating on emptiness, even 1 line, 1 stanza, versus the filling the whole universe with the gems, precious gems, and offering them to all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, just the study, reflection, meditation on the emptiness of 1 stanza will accumulate much more merit. Okay. Okay. Stanza, page 9, first paragraph, line 4. Page 9, paragraph 1, line 4. Why in the middle? Why is that, Subhuti? Because the Buddha Dharma called Buddha Dharma are those Buddha Dharma taught by the Tathagata as non-existent. Therefore, they are called Buddha Dharma. Right? Okay, Buddha. What is Buddha Dharma? Buddha Dharma is the Dharma to help us. Yes.
This is dharmas, isn't this? When it's plural, it means in Abhidharma, like basic particles of reality. This is dharmas.
Okay.
Dharma here.
Okay. So here, what is that? Subhuti, because the Buddha Dharmas, the Dharma. Fine. If you think of, say, the Buddha Dharma in complete as 1 unit, then it's Dharma. If you see the Dharma of emptiness, bodhicitta, like this, if you see in this context, it's Dharmas. You're getting it? It depends how you read it. You read it as 1 unit, of all the teachings of Buddha clubbed together as one unit, then it becomes dharma. If you see it individually, then it becomes dharmas. Okay. Because the Buddha Dharma are called Buddha Dharmas, are those Buddha Dharmas taught by the Tathagata as non-existent. Okay. Meaning that, let's say, what is the Buddha Dharma for? Buddha Dharma is a system which you understand, and then your mental defilements are removed, and you become happier person. And you become happier person, and eventually all your problems are solved. This is Buddha Dharma. Let me say this again. Buddha Dharma is a system or a piece of knowledge or knowledge which you understand, because of which you understand and practice, because of which your mental defilements are removed, then your Buddha nature comes out and you experience fearlessness and infinite happiness. That happens, that is known as the Buddha Dharma. Now, what is that thing? You understand and practice, and all the mental defilements disappear and you become Buddha. What is that? What is that system? The wisdom of emptiness. What is that wisdom of emptiness? What is that wisdom of emptiness? In this way, what is that object which the wisdom of emptiness knows? It knows the emptiness. So emptiness becomes very important. So in the emptiness, say the emptiness seen by the ultimate analysis, in their experience, what you're seeing is that nothing exists ultimately. Things do exist, but nothing exists ultimately. So this concept of the non-existent, Buddha Dharma taught by the Tathagata as non-existent, that concept of non-existent in the eyes of the ultimate analysis, this is what makes the understanding of this will take you to achieve Buddhahood. So for that experience makes the Buddha Dharma as a Buddha Dharma. Buddha Dharma, very important. Buddha Dharma meaning Buddha Dharma, the teaching of the Buddha, which is very important as a Buddha Dharma, because this is experience which will make you to achieve the Buddhahood. Okay. Subhuti, continuing. Subhuti, what do you think about this? Does the stream enterer think I've attained the result of stream enterer? Subhuti replied, Bhagavan, it's not so. Why is that? Bhagavan, because one does not enter into anything whatsoever, therefore one is called stream enterer. Okay. Stream enterer. How many of you know stream enterer? What do you mean by stream enterer? Oh, yes, Maria. Anybody else? Stream enterer here. Okay, will you tell me?
Who will eventually become Arhat?
Okay. The Maria?
Yes, I think so too.
Okay.
Srotapanna, he has 7 lives left before Arhathood.
Okay.
Only one of
No, there are many kinds. There are many kinds. One of them is the one who is left with 7 lives. 7 lives, not only 7 lives, many more lives, but technically referred to as 7 lives, because one of them, but that is actually with a very specific one who will come back to the desire realm 7 times. Not only 7 lives. We'll have more lives, but in desire realm will come 7 times, then we'll go to other realms, or may not. Okay, so the point is, okay, now I'll tell you one thing. How many of you heard about stream enterers before? Okay, we didn't discuss this in the best thing is no. So that you not get scolded.
En ole varma, mahtaako se tarkoittaa ei enää paluuta?
I'm not sure, but does it mean that there is no more returning, or the one that will not return any longer?
Okay, he or she does return. Okay, I'll explain very quickly. It is, let's say, you want to go to Bay of Bengal. Bay of Bengal is the ocean next to India. Okay, Bay of Bengal. And you don't know where Bay of Bengal is, but you have to go there. Then what you do is that, and it so happens that you are around Gangotri. There's one mountain, snow mountain, Gangotri. You happen to be around Gangotri mountain. And somebody told that you must go to Bay of Bengal. And you don't know how to Bay of Bengal. What's the best thing to do? Very easy. Jump into the river Ganga.
Ask for help.
Huh?
Ask for help.
No, don't worry. Jump into the river. Don't ask anybody. Jump into the river with the proper boat or with the proper what? Safety. A lifesaver. Right? Okay. Love vest. Yeah. Jump into stream. Jump into stream. You enter the stream. Stream enterer. Enter the stream. The moment you enter the stream, first you jump into Gangotri. Then it will take you to Rishikesh. From the Rishikesh, it will take you to Varanasi. From Varanasi, it will automatically take you to Bay of Bengal. You don't do anything. You're getting it? Okay. First you jump into the stream enterer. You see emptiness directly. This is like jumping into river Ganga. Stream enterer. But once you jump there, automatically it will take you to Rishikesh. This is like the next one, once returner. This is the result of the once returner. With the once returner, then automatically it will take you to no more returner. This is Varanasi. Once you Varanasi, automatically it will take you to Bay of Bengal, which is the ultimate goal, Arhat. You getting it? Okay, this is known as the four fruits. Four fruits: stream enterer, once returner, no more returner, and Arahat. Four results. Four fruits, and the practitioners who reach these fruits, they are known as abiders of the four fruits. And the practitioners who are striving to achieve these four fruits, they are known as the enterers. Four enterers and the four abiders. So what are the four results? Stream enterer result, once returner result, no more returner result, and Arahat. Okay, tell me, what are the four results? Four results of the Dhamma practice, particularly precisely in the context of the personal liberation seekers. So from this you learn this, and from this you may not literally follow this, but then from this you can learn many things and applicable to Mahayana path. What are the four fruits? Stream enterer fruit. What is next? Once returner fruit. What is next? No more returner fruit. And then finally Arahatship. Four. Okay. So stream enterer has two. One who is struggling to achieve that, and one who has already achieved that. One who is struggling, that is the enterer of the stream enterer. Enterer of the stream enterer. One who already achieved, who already jumped there, is the abider of the stream enterer. Likewise, the once returner, how do you apply? How do you apply this to the once returner? The same one. Enterer of the once returner. Abider of the once returner. Then the no more returner, how do you apply? Enterer of the no more returner. Abider of the no more return. Then Arahatship. Enterer of the Arahatship. Abider of the Arahatship. So these 8 are known as 8 Sangha members. Okay. Okay. So this is the stream enterer. Then the next paragraph, it reads, the Bhagavan said, Subhuti, what do you think about this? Does the once returner think? Now the once returner. Then the next one is the second last paragraph. Second last paragraph, the Bhagavan said, Subhuti, what do you think about this? Does the non-returner think? Once returner, no more returner. No more returner. Okay. Then finally, page number 10, the Bhagavan said, Subhuti, what do you think about this? Does the Arahat think? 4 results. So these are enumerated one by one after the other. So let us do with the Arahat. Arahat think, I have attained the result of Arahatship. Subhuti replied, Bhagavan, it is not so. Why is this? Because the phenomena called Arahat does not exist whatsoever. Bhagavan, if the Arahat were to think, I have attained the result of Arahatship, that itself would be a grasping of that as a self, grasping as a sentient being, grasping as a living being, grasping as a person. Okay, so now the problem is that if you think that, if what is being said here is that, yes, I have achieved Arahatship, then the person has not achieved Arahatship. Right? Okay, once what happened was that in my school, when I was in my school days, okay, One of my school days, you not born, not born, not born, not born. Not born, not born. Okay, born, born, born.
Excuse me, how old you are? I tried to find from internet.
I'm 16.
16. I think special.
I'm joking, 50. No, 51.
51, really?
Oh, 16, you didn't say really. 16, you didn't say really. It's very positive. Thank you. Okay, so when I was in school, what did I say this? Okay, when I was in school, okay, this is just for you to understand it, right? When in school, what happened was that, okay, the school children, they're very naughty. In the boarding school, particularly boarding school, very naughty. Boarding school, no?
No, not boarding school.
Okay. Okay. Which means the kindness of a mother. Okay. Boarding school, in the school, some children very naughty. The children, they have their own presents, you know, the eatables kept in the box. Then some naughty boys, they go to steal these things. And if your box is locked, then they try to locate your key. And the small children, where do they keep the keys? Tie around the neck, like the necklace as a key, so they will not lose the key. So what happened was that once there was a very gentle, soft boy, one mischievous boy, he saw that this the gentle, kind, gentle, soft boy, his parents he had many good items, eatables, many good items, and a mischievous boy, he wanted to steal that, and then he was waiting for the opportunity. Finally, he saw that this boy was lying in the bed. So he went there to take out his key. Lying in the bed means sleeping. He was thinking of taking out the key. And then he went there, slowly tried to remove the key like this. And the boy said that, "Hey, I'm not asleep." Okay, I'm not asleep. Okay, this is one thing. This little digression. Now another one which I really want to share with you was that the children, the young children, the school, at one point it was some kind of rule that all the children, young children, afternoon they should, whether they like it or not, they should take a nap. They should take a nap, and some of the children they don't like it. Many children they don't like it. They're forced to go to sleep. They're forced to go to lie down. And then the foster mother is very smart. Foster mother said, anybody falls asleep, anybody who falls asleep, not that anybody who lies down, anybody who falls asleep, I will give you a present. Everybody went bad. And then the one boy said that, "Hey, foster mother, I already fell asleep." Which means that you have not fallen asleep. Right? I've already fallen asleep, means you have not fallen asleep. You getting it? Likewise, if you say that, "Oh, I achieved Arhat, which means you have not achieved Arhat. You have not achieved Arhat. Why? Okay, but my question to you, okay, if you say that, okay, I'm in Finland, are you in Finland or not? Yes. You are in Finland. So when you say, I'm in Finland, so I'm Arhat, means you're not Arhat. I'm in Finland, means you're not in Finland. Is it the case? No. Then why? I'm an Arhat, which means not Arhat. What do you mean by that? Okay, this is where we need explanation. This is where many people can easily go wrong, and not only go wrong, they go to speak out very strongly, say that, okay, if you think that you are a Dharma practitioner, you are not a Dharma practitioner. If you think that you realize emptiness, you are not realizing emptiness. These are all naivety and wrong understanding of the Dharma, wrong understanding of the reading of Vajra Chedika. Okay, so what's the real understanding? So Buddha said that if you think that you are Arhat, you are not Arhat. Meaning that say it's a sense. The reality. The reality, okay, I'm Arahat. He's Arahat. She's Arahat. He's Buddha. She's Buddha. Right? But why only I? You're getting it? Why only I? But this is a fact. But this is also a flower. This is also a fact. Instead of saying, I'm Arahat, why don't you say this is a flower, this is Finland, this is a hall? These are all facts. Simply because it's a fact doesn't mean that it should come out from your mouth. The fact that it comes out from mouth means that there's something inside. Something inside, I am Arahat. This sense of the grasping to the I is happening. This sense of grasping the I to the happening. Sense of grasping to the I as objective real, that is happening. When that happens, what's the problem? Then the grasping to the I as objective real, this is self-grasping ignorance. If there's self-grasping ignorance, you have not eradicated self-grasping ignorance. If you have not eradicated self-grasping ignorance, you have not achieved arahatship, you have not achieved nirvana. Without achieving nirvana, how can you become arahat? So this is connotation. In other words, that viewing the objective existence self, the moment you have this, the perception, seeing the self as objective real self, objective real arahat, which means that you are not arahat. You still have the self-grasping ignorance. Okay. Yes.
You can see yourself as an arahat conventionally, but
okay. Yes. If so, now the point is yes. This is one thing. The point is that okay. This is what we can very safely say. Conventionally, I'm arahat. There's no wrong in saying that. Conventionally, I'm Arahat. Ultimately, I'm not Arahat. Right? This is a very safe way of saying it. But experientially speaking, okay, this boy, right? Okay, I already fell asleep. I've already fallen asleep, which means that you have not fallen asleep. Likewise, right, somebody who has not fallen asleep. Who has not fallen asleep, okay, I've not fallen asleep. That's true, right? That's true. But why he's not saying that others have not fallen asleep? She's not fallen asleep. He's not fallen. Why this person only talking about himself? Why? Why only about oneself? You're getting it? Okay, objectively I've not fallen asleep. Right? Objectively I've fallen asleep. Objectively I'm not fallen asleep. It's always there's reference to the I. Why? There's a grasping to this I. Implicitly there's a grasping there.
Isn't it then that ultimately there is no I to be an arahat?
Exactly. Yeah, ultimately there's no I to be an arahat. Ultimately there's no arahat to before the I to be an arahat. Yeah, both ways. Yeah.
I think we must conclude very soon.
Yes. Okay, yes. Yes. Okay.
36 dedication or?
I'm looking for some areas which can be so important and which I don't do it and I may regret whole 1 year.
Yeah, please don't.
Yeah.
And then you must come very quickly back.
Okay, let's turn to page 21. Page 21, paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, paragraph 4, page 21, paragraph 4. The Bhagavan said, Subhuti, as many sentient beings as exist in this world system, did you get it?
Yes.
Page 21, paragraph 4, the Bhagavan said, Subhuti, as many sentient beings as exist in this world, those world systems, I truly know the continua of consciousness of different thoughts. Okay, so the Buddha very clearly declared that I know the continua, the plural form of continuum of consciousness of the sentient beings. I know the continuum, which means that what was the past life, what is this life, what will the next life, so the continuum of the consciousness. Why is that, Subodhi? Because a so-called continuum of consciousness is that taught by the Tathagata as a non-continuum. Therefore, it is called a continuum of consciousness. Okay, we'll solve this problem, this paradox, and then we'll stop here. Okay. Form is empty.
Emptiness is form.
Form is empty. Emptiness is form. Okay, let's say we did already. Now to refresh it, say group A, group B. Group A looks at it through naked eyes. Group B looks at it through electron microscope. Here, group A, what do you see? Flower. Group B, what do you see? Electrons, protons, neutrons. Now, my question to you is group B, you answer related to the flower. Whether you see flower or no flower, that you decide. Group A, what do you see? Flower. Group B, what do you see? No flower. Okay. So, no flowers, no is empty. In English, no means empty. Group A, what do you see? Flower. Group B, what do you see? Emptiness of flower. Okay. So, group A, what is this? Flower. Group B, what is this? Emptiness of flower. You're getting it? Now, the Heart Sutra says, what group A sees as form is what group B sees as emptiness of form. Form is empty. Right? Hey, group B, what you are seeing is emptiness of form, is what group A sees as a form. Emptiness of form. What is next? Emptiness not other than form. Form is also not other than emptiness. Right? What group A sees as form is not different from what group B sees as form. Okay. Group A you see there is a form. Group B you are seeing as emptiness of form. Are you talking about the same object or two different objects?
Same.
Huh?
Same.
You are talking about the same object. So these two are not different. So what group A sees as form is not different from what group B sees as emptiness of form. What group B sees as emptiness of form is not different from what group A sees as emptiness of form. Likewise, continuum to consciousness. What group A sees as continuum of consciousness, group B sees as non-continuum of consciousness. What group B sees as non-continuum of consciousness is what group A sees as continuum of consciousness. So since that let's say this is continuum of consciousness, since the continuum of consciousness is what group B is seeing as continuum of consciousness, non-continuum consciousness. Non-continuum means ultimately is non-continuum consciousness. Objectively is non-continuum consciousness. Because objectively is non-continuum consciousness, so subjectively it can be, there's a room for the subjective continuum consciousness. So objectively it is non-continuum. Okay, let's say that, okay, I have this glass. Right? So this glass is filled with, let's say the juice, apple juice. And I prefer coffee. And this is the only container, right? This is the only container. And then the rule is that in this hall and outside this hall, you cannot spill or what? Throw away anything like this. Not in the sink anywhere. I don't want to drink it. I don't want to drink this juice because it upsets my stomach. So what do you do? Because now I cannot put coffee in this because there's no space, right? Whereas if somebody says, "Don't worry, Geshe, I'll drink it," right, and then then the empty space is left. Because the empty space is left, then the coffee can go in. Likewise, if objectively things don't exist, then things can exist from the subjective. Right? There are two options. Of the two options, if everything exists from the object, then there is no room to exist from the subject. Right? If this room is already occupied with the apple juice, there's no room for the coffee. Likewise, if things exist objectively, there is no room for subjective existence. When the objective existence is not there, then subjective existence is possible. right? So therefore, when the continuum of consciousness, when you realize that it is empty of objective existence, then there's room for the subjective existence of the continuum of the consciousness, right? Because the continuum of consciousness does not exist objectively, so therefore it exists subjectively. So it says that, why is that, Subhuti? Because so-called continuum of consciousness is that taught by Tathagata as a non-continuum. Non-continuum, objectively is non-continuum. Because it is objective non-continuum, subjectively it is continuum. Is that thought that Tathagata is non-continuum, therefore it is called a continuum of consciousness. Subjectively it is a continuum of consciousness. Objectively it is not continuum of consciousness, therefore subjectively it is. If it is objectively the continuum of consciousness, then subjectively it cannot be. You're getting it? So objectively it is not, subjectively it is. Okay, so this we apply to everything. Okay, we are almost done. Almost done. Okay, let's turn to page 27, the last part. This stanza, the last stanza, the second last paragraph, which reads, let's say, 1, 2, 3. Third paragraph. How should one correctly and thoroughly teach? Just how would not correctly and thoroughly teach? Therefore, one says correctly and thoroughly teach. Okay, now, as a star, a visual aberration, a lamp, an illusion, dew, a bubble, a dream, lightning, and a cloud, we all are compounded like that. In Tibetan, karma rabri mameda gyuma silba chubuda milam lodan tenabu dvijeshanam tedarata. Okay, anybody has this, the book, The Blaze of Non-Dual Bodhicittas? Anybody has it here? It's not here?
But it's there, this same.
No. Do you have this?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, yes. Okay. Really? Thomas. Okay, this book, those who attended the retreat, they know the value of this. Those of you who are new, this book is so precious, so precious. And see if you can get a copy of this, and how to get a copy. You can check with Maria and Stinala, two of them. They'll help you. This is a very important book. Okay, so there, the same stanza. Actually, this what we have put in this is actually taken from this sutta. The translation, it may differ in the translation. Okay, I will read from this and you just check what is here. So see if there's a difference. I'll read from this book.
Yes, but what page is that?
Okay, page 15. Page 15, stanza 8. Stanza number 8, page 15. Okay, I'll read from here and you just read, just look at what is written here. And this was same, but the translation difference there. A star, a visual aberration, a flame of lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or bubble, a dream, a flash lightning, a cloud. See, conditioned things as such. Very similar. Conditioned things is missing. Things is missing. Compounded. Okay, it is just same. It's just same. So whichever stanza, whichever wording, you feel easier or more mentally, more psychologically more connected, you use that, it's fine. Okay, so this stanza is very precious, and this stanza in Tibetan it is karma rabri mameda gyuma silba chubota milam lodan tenabu dvijeshanam tedarata. Okay, we recite the stanza and then we think about the impermanence, we think about the emptiness nature, both. So it says a star. Okay, so in other words, all what we are seeing here, all what we are seeing, what experiencing, they are like the projection of our mind. From the object, nothing is there. It's just a projection of our mind. Like the dream, And dream happens only when okay, generally speaking, The dream happens only when we have the ignorance to see the dream as real. Generally speaking, when we see the dream,
Ignorance to see the dream as real.
yes. When you dream, do you see the dream as real, or you don't see the dream as real? How many you see the dream as not as real in the dream?
Most, not always, but
Most of the time, you're getting it. We see dream as real. So this, with this ignorance, this is where the dream and ignorance are together. Likewise, when do we see the stars? In the daytime or in the night? In the night. Night is symbolic of the ignorance. Darkness is the ignorance. Only in dark the stars are visible. Only in the darkness of our self-grasping ignorance, only in the darkness of the ignorance, then this all conventional realities, they pop up like the stars. When the daylight comes, the stars disappear. Stars are there, I know, but the visibility of the stars disappear. Likewise, the daylight of the wisdom of emptiness dawns in you, the visibility of the stars of the conventional reality dissolve. So therefore, this is extremely powerful example of emptiness. A star, a visual aberration, a ghost which is seen as so real, ghost coming in the facade of a human being, is seen as so real as a human being, but it's not. Suddenly he disappears, she disappears, then you realize it's a ghost actually. Okay. So this is the misperception happening. A star, a visual aberration, a lamb. So this a lamb is more pertaining to the impermanence. Say the lamb. Okay, this can be also related to the emptiness. The oil lamp. Oil lamp is so bright, and then everything is so visible outside there, so bright because of the light source from the oil lamp. And suddenly the oil exhausts. What happens to the lamp? The lamp extinguishes instantly, and everything moves dark. So what is seen is so solidly they objectively there as the light which illuminates everything suddenly disappears. Impermanence and the understanding of dependency on the oil. The moment the oil exhausts, the light disappears. More into impermanence. An illusion, emptiness. The way the illusion is seen as so real, at the moment the illusion disappears, you realize that this was just illusion, it was not real. A dew is an example of impermanence, bubble impermanence, a dream. Emptiness, lightning, impermanence, and the cloud, impermanence and emptiness both. View all the compounded like that. View all composite phenomena as that. View all composite phenomena as impermanent and as empty of objective existence. Thus having been said by the Bhagavan, the elders Buddhi, those bodhisattvas, the fourfold disciples, bhikshus, bhikshunis, upasakas, upasikas, and the world with devas, humans, asuras and gandharvas, overjoyed, highly praised, they are taught by the Bhagavan. The exalted Mahayana Sutra on the wisdom gone beyond, called Vajra Cutter, is concluded. Okay, we'll do a quick dedication. Okay, page 36.
Yes.
Okay, page 36. Okay, page 36, dedication prayers. Okay, let us pray. Let us wholeheartedly pray that we are very fortunate, although they did very brief of the Vajra Cutter Sutra. We are so fortunate, so meritorious, so virtuous, and no doubt we have accumulated enormous amount of merit in the process of doing that. And let us dedicate this merits accumulated for the long life of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the true source of joy and happiness on this earth. that he lives long, that he has a very healthy life, and that his wishes be fulfilled spontaneously. And may I also pray that all the incredible great teachers of Sakya, Kagyu, Nyingma, Gelug, the teachers, highly learned and the great practitioners of all these great teachers, like Lama Sopa Rinpoche and all the teachers, let us pray that they all live long and that their wishes to disseminate the Buddha Dharma be fulfilled, and their wishes that all sentient beings be eventually elevated to the state of the experience of emptiness of bodhicitta to Buddhahood. May that be accomplished as soon as possible. May the teaching of bodhicitta, may the teaching of wisdom of emptiness flourish in all twin directions. May all the Dharma centers, such as the FPMT center here in Finland, and all the genuine Dharma centers flourish in the activities of disseminating Buddha Dharma to the dear sentient beings. And may all the disharmony and the illness, sickness, and the obstacles that come in the way to every individual, may they come to an end. May there be total harmony amongst the family members, among the communities, and amongst the nations everywhere. And then the medical effects, the medicines, may they be of tremendous effect to heal the beings. And may all those go into depression, may they come out of the depression to feel the light of the tremendous joy, and they practice the Dharma so well. Okay, with that in mind, let's do the dedication. Due to the merits of these virtuous actions, may I quickly attain the state of a Guru Buddha and lead all beings without exception into that enlightened state. May the Supreme Bodhicitta that has not arisen arise and grow, and may that which is arisen not diminish but increase more and more. In the land encircled by snow mountains, you are the source of all happiness and good. All powerful Chinese Tenzin Gyatso, please remain until samsara ends. You who uphold the subduer's moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Manjunath's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplished magnificent prayers honoring the three jewels, Savior of myself and others, your disciples, please live long. Avalokiteshvara, great treasure of non-objectifying compassion, Manjushri, master of stainless wisdom, Rajapani destroyed the entire host of Maras, Songapa, crown jewel of the sages of the land of snows, to Lopsang Taba, at your feet I make requests. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. And Maria, thank you so much. Stina, thank you so much. And all the people from here. And Zarina for all your effort since then, from there. And Alex, thank you so much for all your hard work. And each and every one of you from FPNT and from others also, thank you so much.
And thank you, Geshe, for coming, and we really hope that you will come back next year. We are here waiting eagerly for the wisdom that you give us so kindly.
Oh yeah, just keep this for the center. For the center, yeah.
And Irina has